You know, you were here in 2015, right after you announced, and when you announced that time, it was not as big of a deal as it was this time. You were, New York Times put it on A21.
A19. But
A19,
who's counting?
A lot has changed. One thing that's changed is the party has moved more to the left, and also it is a more crowded field. It seems like a lot of people are jumping into it. Do you, having gone through what you went through 4 years ago, feel more prepared?
I do. And I think what I'm excited about is that many of the ideas that we talked about 3 or 4 years ago, which at that time were thought to be crazy and extreme and radical, are now supported by a considerable majority of the American people. So 4 years ago, when we talked about raising the minimum wage to a living wage, $15 an hour, oh my God, you can't do that? 5 states have already done it in the last year. That's progress. You know, we talked about ending the disgrace of the United States being the only major country on earth not to guarantee health care to all people through a Medicare for all single-payer program. Crazy idea 4 years ago. Majority of the American people support it today. And that's important. Because health care, Seth, to my mind, health care is a human right. And it should not matter whether you're rich, whether you're poor, to make certain that your kid gets the best possible health care available. That's what we got to do. Public colleges and universities, tuition free. It's now an idea that is spreading all over this country. And importantly, 4 years ago, I said, we have got to stand up to the fossil fuel industry. We have got to transform our energy system away from fossil fuel to energy efficiency and sustainable energy. And I think more and more people understand that climate change is an existential threat to this planet, and we have got to be aggressive in transforming our energy system.
I want to ask this. A lot of those issues obviously distinguish you from the competition last time. One of the successes is you now have convinced a lot of the people that are running against you. Yeah. Do you ever want to say, because a lot of them obviously are friends or colleagues, do you ever want to say, hey, this is kind of my Medicare for all, that's kind of my or are you happy that it is now a consensus?
Look, no one person can do it alone. So we need a lot of voices out there. And one of the things also, you asked me the difference between now and then. In the first week of our campaign, Seth, we have signed up 1 million volunteers who are prepared to roll up their sleeves and get to work, not only to help me win the nomination and to defeat the most dangerous president in modern history, Mr. Trump, but also to help us take on the very powerful special interests, Wall Street, the fossil fuel industry, and the military industrial complex that have just so much power over the economic and political life of this country.
So many senators running, obviously you see them, they are your colleagues. Is it awkward that you all know that you're all trying to be president?
You know, look.
I'll take that as a yes.
The short answer is yes.
Yeah, okay, great. That's human.
You know,
I would say that's a human reaction.
We all have lunch together every Tuesday, and you got half the caucus running for the president. You know, so it is kind of strange. But on the other hand, you know, we have known each other. I've known Elizabeth Warren for like 20 years. I've known many of the other senators for a long time, and we're friends. And I think what all of us understand, obviously each and every one of us wants to win the nomination. I certainly do. But I think we all understand that no matter who wins, everybody is going to rally around that candidate and defeat Donald Trump. That is most important.
That's nice to hear.